I used to work overnight shifts at a hotel just off the interstate, mostly empty, especially during the winter months. Most nights were quiet, just a few late check-ins, some drunks from the bar next door, and hours of silence until sunrise. The hotel had 4 floors, but we rarely used the 3rd floor after a pipe burst in room 313 a few months back. That room, 313, had black mold creeping along the ceiling, and we kept it locked and unbookable in the system. Still that night, around 1:24 a.m., I got a call at the front desk and internal line from room 313. At first, I thought it was a prank, maybe a cross line, but the call light blinked steadily from 313. I picked up. All I heard was static at first, then a faint voice. "Too loud. Make it stop. Next door." I said, "Sir, no one is staying in that room." But there was no reply, just a low breathing sound. I hung up, checked the computer system. No one was booked in any room on the 3rd floor. I went upstairs with the master key and flashlight. Everything was dark. The hallway smelled faintly of mildew and dust. The door to 313 was shut tight. No light from underneath. I pressed my ear against the door. Silence. I unlocked the door slowly. It creaked open, revealing an empty room. The air was damp and cold. I stepped inside. The bed was untouched. Plastic still covered the mattress from maintenance. The light switch didn't work. I heard a faint dripping sound from the bathroom. The room was still too dark to see clearly. I used my flashlight and walked toward the bathroom. The door was half open. The dripping stopped suddenly. I pushed the bathroom door open. The tiles were covered in grime. The mirror was fogged up from condensation. There were wet footprints on the floor. Not mine. They led from the tub to the middle of the bathroom. I backed out of the room quickly, heart racing. I didn't check any further. I locked the door behind me. Back at the front desk, I checked the call logs. Sure enough, the system had recorded a 27-second call from 313. I replayed the audio. This time I could make out more. "He won't stop knocking. It's the same every night." I saved the recording and called my manager. It rang 3 times before going to voicemail. I left a message. Around 2:40 a.m., another call came in. Again, room 313. I didn't answer this time. It rang exactly 7 times before stopping on its own. I felt a sudden chill in the lobby. I opened the back office to check security footage of the 3rd floor, just to be safe. The hallway cameras were off. Not frozen. Off. Just black screens. No error messages. No feed. I tried restarting the system. Nothing changed. Then, out of nowhere, a single frame appeared from the 3rd floor camera. A figure stood in front of room 313. Tall, facing the door. No visible face. Looked like it wore a coat. I blinked, and the screen went black again. I pulled the plug on the system, waited, rebooted. Still nothing. I stayed behind the desk, glancing constantly at the elevator. The lobby felt colder, quieter, like the air was wrong. At 3:13 a.m., all the lobby lights flickered at once, just for a moment, then returned to normal. I checked the booking system again. Now it showed room 313 as occupied. No guest name, no check-in time. I refreshed the page. Still there. I tried changing its status manually. System locked me out. The power flickered again. Not just the lights, the computer screens blinked too. All clocks reset to 3:13 a.m. I got up and walked to the guest break room for some water. The hallway light buzzed and flickered as I passed. When I returned to the desk, the lobby phone was off the hook. No one else had been near it. I put the phone back and sat down. Then it rang again. Internal. Room 313. I put the phone back and sat down. Then it rang again. Internal. Room 313. This time, I answered. "What do you want?" I demanded. Silence again. Then, "He's in the mirror. Don't let him knock. Once he knocks, he's in." The voice cut off into static. Then a low tone rang through the speaker, like a deep hum inside my skull. I unplugged the phone entirely. Didn't want to hear it again. But I couldn't stop thinking about what the voice said. I checked the bathroom in the lobby, just to reassure myself. The mirror was clear. But as I leaned closer, I noticed faint handprints, too large to be mine, on the glass, fogging it from the inside. I rushed out, locked the bathroom door behind me. I didn't have a rational explanation for any of this. The hotel was quiet again, eerily so. Not even the hum of vending machines or the fridge in the back. Then I heard it. A knock. Just once. Not on the lobby doors, on the wall behind me. I froze. Another knock. Same spot. 3 slow knocks, spaced evenly like someone waiting patiently. I backed away from the wall. The knocking stopped. My phone buzzed. Text from my manager. "Don't go in 313. I tried calling him, straight to voicemail. I texted, "Too late." No reply. I decided to go back up and see room 313 again. This time I brought a crowbar and a flashlight. The elevator shuddered as it reached the 3rd floor. The lights inside dimmed slightly, but didn't go out. I stepped out into the hallway. Silent. All the doors looked undisturbed, except 313. Its door was slightly open, just an inch. I hadn't left it that way. I called out, "Security!" No answer. I pushed the door slowly with the crowbar. It creaked open fully. The room was different now. The plastic was gone from the mattress. The bed looked slept in. The bathroom door was shut. The light flicked on by itself, yellow, flickering. I stepped inside. My foot landed in a wet patch on the carpet. I walked slowly to the bathroom. Again, I heard dripping, but heavier this time, like water spilling. I opened the bathroom door quickly. Steam rushed out hot and thick. The tub was full of dark water. A suitcase floated inside it. No sign of the mirror. I turned away, disturbed. Then I saw the mirror had been removed, replaced by a window. But it showed the lobby. I was staring at myself from inside 313, looking down at the front desk. I stepped back in shock. The mirror-turned window still showed me standing at the front desk. But now someone stood behind me in the reflection. I spun around. The bathroom was empty. But in the reflection, that tall figure in a coat stood inches behind my double. I turned back to the mirror. My reflection was gone. Just the man now standing in the lobby, staring forward. Then he looked up, directly at me, not in the mirror, but through it, like he could see through the glass. I slammed the bathroom door shut and backed out of the room. The hallway outside was now completely dark. I used my flashlight, heart pounding. As I turned toward the elevator, I noticed all the other room doors were now slightly ajar. Whispers echoed softly down the corridor. Couldn't make out words, but they sounded urgent, desperate. I sprinted to the elevator and hit the button repeatedly. It opened slowly, too slowly, like it resisted. As I stepped in, I heard another knock, but this time from inside the elevator shaft. I hit lobby. The doors closed. The elevator shuddered, then began descending. It stopped, not at the lobby, but floor 313. There was no such floor. The panel didn't even have that button. The doors opened into complete darkness. The elevator lights shut off. I held my breath and didn't move. A hand reached in through the darkness, pale, wet. I punched the closed door button and kicked the hand back. The doors shut, barely missing the wrist. The elevator resumed. It dropped fast, way too fast, like a free fall. My ears popped, my vision blurred. Then, sudden stop. The doors opened to the lobby, but it looked different. Dimmer, faded, like a photo left in sunlight. The clock behind the desk read 3:13 a.m. again. Everything was still. I walked out cautiously. My own reflection in the front desk mirror didn't move with me. It just stood there, staring. Then it smiled, slow and wrong, and walked out of frame. I looked behind the desk. Nothing there. But the lobby phone was off the hook again, and dripping water pooled beneath it. I picked it up. Static hissed through, then, "He's out now. It's too late." I unplugged every phone in the building, shut off the system, turned off all lights except the lobbies. I sat behind the desk, staring at the elevator. The doors opened again. Empty. No one inside. I checked the booking system one last time. All rooms now said, occupied. Even 313 was labeled, do not disturb, guest inside. I grabbed my keys and jacket, decided I'd had enough. I started to leave through the front door. The door wouldn't open, locked from the outside. No matter what I did, key, switch, crowbar, it wouldn't budge. I turned around and saw every hallway light turn on at once, leading to the stairwell. Something was inviting me, or hunting. I took the back exit through the laundry hall instead, but it led me in a loop, back to the third floor. Room 313 at the end of the hall. My phone buzzed. A notification. Thank you for checking in. Room 313. Enjoy your stay. I dropped the phone. The door to 313 creaked open without me touching it. Inside the room was a desk, an old rotary phone, and a single chair facing a mirror. I stepped in. The door shut behind me. Couldn't open it again. No handle from the inside. I approached the mirror. My reflection was now in the lobby again, calmly checking in a new guest. I banged on the glass, screamed. No one heard me. My reflection smiled and shook the new guest's hand. A knock came from behind me, then another, then three, loud, hard, shaking the walls. The bathroom door swung open slowly. Steam poured out. Footsteps sloshed on wet tile. The mirror cracked. Through the cracks, I saw a face forming, not mine, pale, wide-eyed, rotted, watching me. The lights went out. The phone in the room rang once. I answered. Silence. Then, there's always a vacancy for one more. No one ever found me. But the hotel still gets calls from room 313, always at 3:13 a.m.